Is it one of those things you look back on, and a lot of the guests we've had, the biggest failures are the things I've learnt the most from? And we're going to talk about out the other side, the successes you've had. But did you learn so much from those failures that made you a better sort of promoter?
I don't know, to be bluntly honest. You know, like, I can promise you, for all sorts of different reasons in the career we've chosen, you have your ups and your downs. You know what I mean? And did I learn? Yeah, you learn to mitigate risk as much as you possibly can. But then you have outside things, you know, like straight up I've taken Jai Patai to court, which I don't want to do, but we're doing it because we spent a huge amount of money, and I had factored into the budget, so we're going to be fighting world titles this year. We're finally going to get a return on our investment. The young fella's going to make a lot of money, you know, and the path for Jai is so obvious for me, but, you know, those clowns still haven't fought yet. He was ready to fight on April 29, which is what I had him fights lined up in the UK. Fight after fight after fight, you know, his view was just get me the biggest fights and the biggest money, so I went out and did that. And then all of a sudden the management thinks it's a good idea to leave. And instead of having been on the second or third fight now, he's on fight none because he's poorly managed and poorly promoted at the moment. So frustrating, but, you know, and those things come out of the blue. So what do you learn out of that? You learn sometimes you can't trust people that you thought you were doing the right thing by. And I don't blame Jai at all, I just blame his management. So do you learn? Yeah, I guess. And when you do go through that, you don't want to go through it again, so you do anything you can to sort of mitigate the risk.
Go ahead.
But you are in the risk business. Every event that you put on is a risk. So
I'll give you an example, right? So if you want to mitigate risk, you've just got to minimise cost or maximise your revenues. So you look at your variable revenues in my game, and they come in two parts at the moment because we're still building them, and that is your GA ticket sales and your pay-per-view revenues. We're in the middle of doing something we've never done before, and that is trying to promote two world women champions, in Lani and Mia. And so you've got to find different places to where the value lies, you know, and so my job is to go out and sell and sell and sell. So if I can sell enough sponsorship in, my risk goes down because my getting to the break-even point comes closer. It's when the break-even point's a long, long way off that it's quite scary.